Hey everybody, this is my spoiler review for Secret Invasion, the entire series. What a waste. What a waste. What is going on, Kevin? Kevin! What are you doing, Kevin Feige? At the very beginning in the credits, it says a Kevin Feige production. I would be embarrassed, bro. I would be embarrassed. Mr. Feige, you created so much goodwill by listening to, probably I would think your own instincts as a fan of Marvel, especially the X-Men, but also not falling into the same pitfalls as other studios beforehand that would change things in order to assuage the egos of executives that have never read a comic book in their lives. And it felt like somebody adapted this story that didn't even read the original comic book. So let me try to describe for you why this series was such a waste. And I will detail a couple elements that I thought were good. Spoilers, it's the actors. All right, but this is going to be a rant. If you're not into that, that's fine. Here's my overall review. Don't watch it. Watch some of the highlights on YouTube. And I feel very sorry for the actors. And I know a lot of people tried very hard to make the best with what they had, but this was not enough for the amount of money that the MCU has made, nor the rich soil of story that this specific event in the Marvel Comics is. I mean, it's just, it's a pattern. It's a pattern of bad adaptions. Another bad adaption that we experienced was, I still haven't made my review yet because I'll probably watch the film one more time before I do so. The Flash. Okay, The Flash, which was based on Flashpoint, has an amazing animated film, and it's based off of a really, really great creative and heartfelt storyline in the comics. We did not get that. We got a series of mistakes in that film all coming together. So I don't know what's happening outside of this incredible disconnection of the source material. This is a pattern now at the MCU. A big red flag for me is when Sam Raimi and the writer, I forget his name, of Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, they said, we didn't watch Wanda. Then what's the point of me watching Wanda? This was how the MCU stood apart from everything else, is that it cared about those individual small details and the larger collective story fitting together. And as soon as Endgame completed, it felt like that goodwill, trust, and amazing cinematic execution that Kevin Feige was able to produce was ripped apart because of greed. Ripped apart because the bigwigs saw how much money this special event made, and they thought, hey, if we try to replicate this, if we try to dilute it and spread it out as we also try to build a streaming service, people are going to be on board. There's no substitute for quality. And if your brand is known for quality and you don't pump out quality, we're not going to stick with the brand. It's business 101, bro. I can't believe how bad this is. You know what this feels like? This feels like when you would see those commercials for fast food. You see the cheeseburger and it looks so perfect, pristine, and appetizing. Then you go and order it in real life and it sucks. It's a mess. It's slapped together real fast and it tastes as good as it looks. But when you're hungry, hey, it tastes good enough, all right? That's what it felt like. The pristine, beautiful, intricate story that involves a lot of Avengers. And I know that costs it's a big budget, all right? Costs a pretty penny to try to bring all those characters in. But they could have brought in a few. I'll have to look up and see how much money they spent. You know what? I'll look it up as I'm looking up at the actors to see what the budget was. This should have been a big budget espionage thriller. I gotta say that word right. Espionage. There we go. Big budget espionage thriller. Say it with me. The Invasion of the Body Snatchers meets Mission Impossible meets the Avengers. That's how you wanted to create this intrigue. And imagine how cool it would be if you just had the Avengers sitting in a room, Oppenheimer style, talking it out, try to figure it out. You know who the first reveal was of who was a Skrull was Elektra. in the comic series. Wouldn't it have been cool if we got to incorporate that, like the Elektra from the TV show, and connect that, and it actually paid off everybody that watched Daredevil? No, let's not do that. Let's do something completely different. Espionage thriller. The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, dude. Even though that was an allegory to the Red Scare, you can still use that in this storytelling. Let's talk about the actors. That's the good part of the series, okay? I'm going to bring up IMDb real quick. Samuel L. Jackson. That's the real reason why we all watch this, of course. I mean, the guy is phenomenal. Nick Fury is a tour de force as a character, and when you combine the amazing acting of Samuel L. Jackson, the presence, he elevates everything, okay? And there were a lot of scenes and moments that he brought it, and that was good. That was the redeeming factor of the show, is you have Nick Fury. Emilia Clarke. They don't give her enough to do. She's Gaia, okay? Daughter of Talos, however they pronounce it. Gaia is now the most powerful creature in the whole world now, maybe the whole universe, because she's got all the powers. She's got the Rick and Morty super strong arm. Don Cheadle, such great snapbacks and moments as Rhodey, but he's not the real Rhodey. So he's playing a Skrull playing Rhodey, which I think he's one of the best actors around, man. He's amazing. So I feel bad that I want to say his talents were wasted, but his talents were shined in a bad show. But it just further solidifies how good Don Cheadle is as an actor. Kinglsey Ben-Adir as Gravik. All right, I saw Kinglsey Ben-Adir in Barbie, which I've now seen twice. I'm going to make another video about seeing Barbie twice because I really, really, really love that script. It's a lot of fun, especially that third act with all the Kens, man. Anyways, talking about something that I like. I like him as an actor, and in this last episode, he really brought it. I wish he had more to do. 6 episodes is not enough, Disney, okay? Killian Scott is Pagan. Yeah, you could kind of see the dissension in the ranks through him. Ben Mendelsohn. The dude's genius, man, when it comes to acting. And for what he had, he did great, but again, not enough. Olivia Colman. Another ace in your deck of cards of phenomenal actors. If I keep going down this list, I'm just going to get more upset. Charlene Woodard as Priscilla, who I didn't really understand fully the dynamic of the relationship between her and Nick Fury. So she was a Skrull, and this could be just me that I missed something, okay? But she was a Skrull that took over Priscilla's life. Was Priscilla already married to Nick Fury when that happened, and they never told him? It's just lost on me. Because he comes in here and tells her, like, I can't believe, I put my trust in somebody and all this stuff. And I'm like, did you not know that she was a Skrull? Let me know in the comments below, folks. Again, that's on me. Maybe I missed something, but I'm not going back and trying to figure it out. And I've already watched enough of the New Rockstars deep dives on these episodes to be like, are there any redeeming qualities here in the Easter eggs? Okay. Guy's the most powerful being now in all the MCU. Is that going to come up again in any of the movies? I bet not. I bet you not. That we'll probably not see Guy. Maybe I'm wrong. All right. Why did Maria Hill die? I mean, that was Gravik really twisting the knife into hurting people that Nick Fury cared about. But why a crucial character, a right-hand person in Nick Fury since the dawn of the MCU, really, especially the first Avengers movie, just to be taken out like that, and trying to have her death have meaning with her mom telling Nick Fury, I hope it has meaning. I'm sorry. Maybe just the contract for Colby Smulders just ran out, or there was nothing else that they could think about what to do with the character. I don't know, man. You want some of these people just to retire and enjoy a different season of life after all this crazy stuff. There's a specific moment in the show that I knew something was up. And yeah, COVID's a part of it, okay? It is. But for a budget this big, which I'll look up in a second, how do they have nobody else in the hospital hall with the president? It was just a doctor and like 2 nurses. I'm not even going to go back and try to find the still image for it. It was like, dude, there's nobody in this hospital. Nobody's here. Nobody is here. It felt so cheap. It felt like a student film and they were renting a facility or trying to film on the weekend at a school and nobody's there, man. That's what it ultimately just killed it for me. It was like, wow, this show looks so cheap. So cheap. It's so cheap. I'm not even going to edit. I'm not even going to add in any stills or visuals for this because I'm going to put in as much effort to this review as the MCU, Marvel, and everybody that produced this series put into the show outside of the actors. The actors I thought did a great job for what they had. And I don't want to be mean. And I work in this industry and I really don't want to be dismissive of showing up to work when it comes to the grip, to the PAs, everybody works hard to put something together. Nobody is showing up to set thinking like, can't wait to make a piece of crap. That's really not happening, okay? This is an executive writing, showrunner, format, limited budget, trying to fit within the confines of launching a streaming service rather than creating a story that can stand the test of time. These are business decisions, not artistic decisions. And when business and art don't go hand in hand, we got this. We get this. When they do go hand in hand, you get the glory days of the MCU. But now the whole varsity team is on the bench. They're done. And I feel that the MCU is just lost in an ocean and not knowing which way to swim. You know what the best part of anything that's come out of Marvel since Endgame? Loki. Loki is the North Star of what should be happening in the MCU. Tell smaller, very character-specific, driven moments that make you feel way more attached to the character, can take them on a journey beyond what happened in Endgame, and get you excited about what's to come with that character. And that's why actors are so important. Tom Hiddleston protects that role of Loki. I mean, dude, I think it's episode 6 in Loki when they fight the big smog beast is just, to me, one of the best made episodes of television ever. I think about it at least once a week, so much so that I should make a video about it and hopefully explain to everybody, both within and without the world of comic books and creating television shows and films based off of an already beloved IP, if you stick to the authenticity of the character, and if your actor really can connect to that authenticity, then have them be part of the creative process. But if not, then have the people that are connected to it create something that resonates true to the source IP. And if you can't do it, then just don't do it. Because now we can't even get a Secret Invasion until they reset everything after Secret Wars. I'm very frustrated, man. I mean, how can you bungle something like this other than greed? Other than greed. All right, I'm going to look up the budget for Secret Invasion. Okay. $212 million. $212 million for 6 episodes. And most of them were 35 minutes. If this isn't a wake-up call to big studio executives to know that you all are screwing up so bad, you created one of the biggest events in all of entertainment, and with all that goodwill, you are squandering it. This is scary bad, dude. And it's these same people that refuse to pay writers and actors a fair wage to qualify for health care. What a wake-up call. All right, everybody, that is my spoiler review for Secret Invasion. I'm just going to upload this as is, and I sincerely hope in the future we can get stuff that's worth our time. And why are you dropping episodes at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday? Make an event. Make it a Thursday night. Air it everywhere. Air it on ABC. Air it on the Disney Cable channel at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Everybody knows it's Marvel night. Do it. I'll give you that idea for free. All right, everybody. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? The Skrulls deserve better than this. The story of Secret Invasion, the people who created the Secret Invasion story, deserve better than this. All right, it's YouTube. You know what to do. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you online.